It's the holiday seasons. That means there's more holiday films on the way. This time we're going to jump into the review of the new film, Christmas with You. What's up, folks, and happy holidays, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the new film, Christmas with You, coming to Netflix November 17th. So this film, I'm going to really start off by saying it's super campy, but I think I give these type of films passes during the holiday season because you want to keep these films as family oriented and family friendly as possible. You want to let it be put on either as a backdrop or after the meal type of film, or just that sort of film that creates that energy, that vibe, that atmosphere for the holiday season. So don't expect a heavy plot, don't expect twists and turns, just expect for it to be very overly campy, with some musical performances, the Christmas backdrop aesthetic, and a love story possibly. And that's sort of what this film does. And if it had not been a Christmas film, I would have just definitely been like, okay, I'm not feeling this film. But even with it being a Christmas film, there are some things I liked about it. There's some things I did not like about it. One, I thought the story was okay. It starts off with Christina, who is the daughter of Miguel, who is played by Freddie Prinze Jr., who I'm a huge fan of, not only of his acting career and contributions, but for his contributions in the world of professional wrestling. So seeing that he was in the film, absolutely wanted to check it out. And he's a widowed dad who teaches music at the same school that his daughter attends. And Christina is really trying to help her dad get back on the horse here, even suggesting helping him create a dating app, to help him find something. Because not only does she want her dad to date and to be happy again, but she feels like, he's kind of giving up on things, and this will kind of be like a recharging of his life and his spirit. But anyway, she does a Instagram post of singing a song of her favorite pop artist in Angelina, who is played by Aimee Garcia. And Aimee sees this and says, oh, I think I am going to reconnect with my fans, because she needs it for her own reasons, but also she wants to she wants to present that Christmas wish for Christine. Her whole wish was to meet Angelina and possibly have her perform at her quinceañera. So yeah, so it goes from one little online viral video, not really viral, didn't do that good, but Angelina did see it, to a good deed wish being fulfilled, to a journey of all sorts of unpredictability here. Because Angelina is going to get dropped from her label. She cannot produce a hit song. She's not really doing good, and she's not creatively, her creative juices aren't flowing. And meeting Miguel, who's a music teacher, possibly could be this strange coincidence of a blessing for everybody, because not only could Miguel help her produce a song by helping her write it and so on, and kind of give her a new refreshing take, and helps her get a song, which helps her keep her career. But also Angelina being in this house creates this new atmosphere, this new dynamic, this new energy that not only does Miguel need, but Christina wants as well. And could this very unlikely couple become a couple? This unlikely pairing become a couple here, because they come from two different backgrounds. And I gotta say that my first thing with this film is that I never really did feel the chemistry amongst Aimee and Freddie. I never really felt that this was going to be a love story of the possibility of them two becoming a thing. And it's not just the characters, but I think they just never really presented that on screen. I start to think that maybe that's on purpose, though, because they did not want this to turn into a love story, but like a Christmas miracle story. The small wish of this young girl, Christina, that really saved and changed everything for everyone's lives involved. And you have Angelina, who has a partner, and this guy Ricardo, which I gotta say is definitely a different level of energy from Miguel. He's very fast track. He's popular in his own. He's an actor, and most of the time, doesn't really provide the sort of the things that that Angelina is looking for. And obviously, with him having his own career, he can't focus on helping her really restart her career. And I gotta say that, and I don't know if this is on purpose or not, but Aimee, in her performance as Angelina, she looks sad most of the time. Sometimes you kind of looked at her and her eyes looked red as if she had been crying. So she looked down, and like, I thought that was a very interesting take on this aspect of this, or performance in this, is because, after a while you start to see her eyes become clear, and maybe that's because when she's with Miguel she feels safe, and thus she isn't crying. They never actually show her crying, but yeah, we see her down at times, and sometimes feeling kind of defeated, kind of lost, and I think that when she's around Ricardo, that's why we start to see her with these red eyes and kind of sad, but kind of functionally sad. But then when she's around Miguel, she feels safe, she feels confident, she feels motivated, and it's really told through her eyes, which I noticed. I was like, wow, that's interesting. It's interesting that they would do that. Another thing I wasn't really a fan of is that Aimee can sing, and if you watch Lucifer, then you know that. And I thought that her performances in this were definitely dubbed. I would have loved for them to have been live. I thought it would have added a extra layer of connectivity to the film. I feel like live performances really gravitate to the audiences better, because you can kind of feel the soul, you can feel the emotions from the performances. But when you're in the studio at time, it's definitely some some post work attached to it, so it feels very studio-ish, and that's fine. I get that you gotta do what you gotta do, but I thought for the sake of what this character Angelina was going through, I thought it would have served better for it to have been live performances. And Aimee can sing, so let's let her do her thing. You know what I mean? And I gotta be honest, this film absolutely feels like a Lifetime film. It fits the Lifetime DNA through in and throughout. Very, very, very campy. But other than that, man, I mean, it did tell some good messages. I mean, there's the whole, the question between Miguel and Angelina, if it was about the song that needed to be made, or was it something more? And for Angelina herself, was it about surviving, or was it about living? And, I thought that was a very little interesting tidbit that a lot of people could kind of take heed to, in terms of how they're operating their life, understanding, are you just surviving, or are you actually living day to day? And yeah, it's very, very family friendly, and I think they kept all the relationship, the romantic stuff to a very minimum, to make sure that this was more about a Christmas story and not a romantic drama. So yeah, I didn't mind this movie. Again, very much in time for the Christmas season. And they very much kept it at that. They did not let it bleed into anything else. Yeah, there's some love in it, but it's really about almost like a Christmas miracle. This one little performance on Christina's social media really boomed into her dad's second chance for love, and Angelina, this big pop star coming into their house and kind of rejuvenating and re-energizing everybody, and even herself. And this is her chance to really get back to being who she truly is, and finding herself. I think that's another big thing, is her really finding herself. So, but yeah, check it out, Christmas With You on Netflix, November 17th, folks. Jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts about it, and as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.
Revitalize.